much. Hello. And thank you. Thank you very much. It's so kind of you. Back at you. That's very, very generous of you, and I appreciate the generosity and the applause, and those are two things when I look for people to hang out with, those are the qualities I say, are they generous and will they applaud me? And very important qualities that people really don't pay attention to enough. The generosity people think about, but applause, you can't put a price tag on that. There is nothing like somebody coming right up to you and going, woo! Thank you so very much. I bring this up because I realize, and I'll get to it at some point, I realize that, that didn't make sense, but it will make sense. That the top 3 qualities that I read in an article of what people look for in a person for a relationship, number 1 on the list is always a sense of humor. And then number 2, they say a good heart. And the 3rd is a good liver. And it was a survey in a medical journal I was reading. No, but seriously, people say sense of humor all the time. They say that's the most important thing, and it's flattering, when you're somebody that makes a living making people laugh. You're thinking, well, I've got it made. But I don't think that it really is up there once you start thinking of it. You see like a bar full of men looking at a wet T-shirt contest going, I wonder if she has a good sense of humor. Sure, she's attractive, but what about the sense of humor? That's, there are people that are so desperate. This is what I want to bring up. We read today, the writers and I found an article. There's a woman in Sydney, Australia, and she spent something like $4,000 to rent a billboard on a highway, and it says husband wanted. And $4,000, which I don't think a desperate plea for a husband is a tax write-off, by the way. And she says up there, she lists what she wants on the billboard. She wants a man up to 45 years old, good health, non-smoker and drinker, which that's confusing to me. Is it a non-smoker and non-drinker, or non-smoker but a drinker? I don't know. Anyway, and then solid financial background, and then finally, good sense of humor. That's like an afterthought to her. Like she had some space left and she had paid for so many sense of humor, put that. Which, to me, that would be a very important thing, but a good thing she doesn't really care about a sense of humor, because I think a rich guy that doesn't smoke or drink is not going to be funny. I really think that the irony is anyone with a real sense of humor would make fun of this billboard while smoking and drinking. Just, what an idiot, huh? That's their... And what does she mean by sense of humor? Like, a good sense of humor is a very broad range of, humor is she looking for Carrot Top, or is she looking for Woody Allen? You know what I mean? It's different for everybody. I think a sense of humor is definitely important, and it is from the fine, fine words of Salt and Pepper from the song What a Man. I finally found someone who can make me laugh. You so crazy, I think I want to have your baby. So that, to me, is proof that it's important to have a sense of humor. I would say that's important for me. I would have to want to be with somebody who has a good sense of humor, and also I would add to that they would have to love to dance. Stone Phillips is back there. You saw him knock on my door from Dateline, and he told me, shouldn't you stretch or something before I got there, because I wasn't stretching. And I realized I should have. It was just the one tip of this, the racket that caught me.
Oh, almost got it.
And they're higher flowers. You're making them higher every day. They're higher every day. Somebody's screwing with me here. All right, so I got my pager. Spence, our cue card guy, you had it last night, right? Nothing, no beep, no nothing? Okay. It's Ashley Carroll. You know, she's waiting to deliver her little boy named Ellen. And she said if I go, she'll name it Ellen. It's going to be Jack, they say, but she wants me to be her birth coach. It's the RSVP Ellen thing that she said she and her husband choose me to be there, and I was flattered by that. Yeah, she said we want our son, for you to be one of the first people our son meets when he comes into the world, which I thought was sweet. So we're counting down. She's in Tennessee, and so we're saying how many days to Jack Ellen, and now this here, the 28th, which reminds me I have a dental appointment tomorrow. All right. On the show today, James Spader's on the show. He won an Emmy last year for The Practice. He's got a new show, Boston Legal. And he last time he was on, I think we had like a pillowcase or something with his picture on it. How much did that go for? A lot of money, huh? $1,000. $1,500 for a pillowcase with his picture on it. And it was like, I think, a 30 thread count. It was kind of like this. It was a little... Also on the show, Debbie Reynolds is here today. Ah! She's a show business legend. I do this when I think of her. She's a dancer. She's in Disney Channel has a new movie, Halloweentown High. She sings, she dances, she acts. She's a triple threat. She's a legend, and you just she was last time she came here, she almost tried to dance over the chair. You know that Fred Astaire move? She tried to. Hopefully she'll try it again. So here's the reason this racket is here. Serena Williams was here, and we have this. This is on eBay, and we're trying to auction it off for charity for Susan G. Komen, and it's now going up $2,275. We've got so Serena's. It's a good cause. It's to raise money for Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, and. You know, if you have this is, you know, Serena Williams signed it, and it's a good racket, too. It's a Wilson Phillips, and it's, you really don't need lessons. You hold it, you can just feel the power that you will just intimidate your opponent. So the auction ends November 1st. Check that out, please, won't you? And, hey, recently on the show, this is amazing about television. It's just an interesting thing. I find I mention something, and people respond in such a wonderful, positive way. I mentioned that I love to floss. I think it's a very important thing. And if you don't love to floss, you got to change your mind about it. It's very, very important. Teeth are, you'll change your mind when you're older. You've got to floss. So I mentioned that Glide is my favorite floss. So the nice people at Crest are giving the entire audience a gift bag filled with floss, whitening strips, toothpaste, toothbrush. You're getting that stuff. That's right. That's how you do it. That's just because I mentioned floss and I mentioned Glide, all you people are getting all that lovely stuff. And just for the record, I want to say that I love a Maserati is a wonderful car. I really do. Or an Aston Martin or what have you. All right, we're still getting the RSVP Ellen thing it's out of control. I'm getting so many invitations. Thanks everybody for sending me all these invitations. Fantastic ones, by the way. And I'd love to say yes to all of them, but really, there are literally gajillions. And that's a lot, a real lot. And I'll definitely say yes to something really soon. I've said I'm going to be in New York City early in November, and people have been writing in like crazy. A few from New York. One is, I think, Amy... what's her name? Amy Caramore? Okay. since you're coming to New York City, I will invite you to dinner with my family. You seem to have a good sense of humor. So brush up on your conversation skills. See you next month. I don't know where you get the idea I have a good sense of humor. I'm a very serious person. Clearly, you mistook me. Dinner sounds great, but you know what? I talk all day long. Can I just show up and listen? Plus, I'll have food in my mouth, and that's just rude to be talking with food in my mouth. So, but I like the idea of dinner. Wonder what she's gonna have. And then I have, there it is, Heidi Berger from New York. It'd be great if you could come along on a showing and help me sell apartments in New York City. I'm a lot of fun. My mother says I'm fat, but I have a nice personality. Love your show, your new best friend, Heidi. Tell your mom you're not fat, you're prime real estate. And you didn't get that good personality from your mom, I'll tell you that. Maybe she means fat with a PH. Maybe she's just hip and with it, you know. You're fat and stupid, you know, in a positive way. Jane Launer from New York also. I was planning to invite you to the birth of our first child in February, but that other pregnant lady beat me to it. On the night of November 6th, a charity my father-in-law is involved with is hosting a casino night, an evening of gambling, eating, and drinking. Fun, right? My husband will be running the craps table, my brother-in-law dealing at one of the blackjack tables, and I'll be losing money. I think it would be, you'd get a kick out of my sassy Jewish grandmother who always wears her casino-themed blouse for the occasion. Yours truly, Jane Launer. And gambling and eating and drinking, I love gambling. Nothing wrong with that. You add a few pigs in the blanket, you got yourself an evening. And I also love casino-themed clothing. I can wear my T-shirt with a picture of all the different dogs playing poker on it. That does sound like fun. I really, really love poker. Later in the show, I'm gonna call Jane about the casino night, and I'm gonna get some more information, so hopefully she's home. Hey, listen, a lot of people have invited me to these huge events, and there are a lot of things, and since I can't go to all these things, I'd like to see them. So, like the world's largest pothole in northeastern Pennsylvania, or a movie night out at Toad Suck Square in Arkansas. Remember that woman? Toad Suck. Who wouldn't want to go to Toad Suck, you know? And there's no way, you know, here's the thing. Now there's a way you can bring Toad Suck to us. It's called Ellen's Roving Reporter. And what you need to get yourself a video camera. You go to an event in your town, you cover it just like a real reporter, you send us a 1-minute videotape, and we might show it on the air. If you go to our website, you can get an official Ellen's Roving Reporter kit. Here's what it looks like, and you just download it and just take it down. And once you have this, all right, we have with us Danny Ceballos, one of our staff members here, standing by to show you what it looks like in action. Danny?
Ellen, I'm standing in the bowels of Studio 11, and the excitement here is palpable. The audience has just been told that they are receiving Crest gift bags. This just in, studio security is being beefed up in case flossing gets out of hand. Ellen, back to you.
Oh, thank you very much, Danny. Wow. Stone Phillips, watch out. That could be you in front of a pothole, so go to our website and find out more. I'm serious. I want to see all these exciting things. Last month, our first guest won the Emmy Award for Best Actor in a Drama Series. He now stars on Boston Legal. Take a look. Please welcome back to the show, James Spader. Yeah, we do sort of match. It's nice. Who's that? What are you wearing? Do you know, even? Do you care?
Jack Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Jack? No.
No. Is he related to John?
Nope.
I don't even know who John Taylor is. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing really well.
Congratulations on the Emmy. That was
Thank
very
you.
exciting to
Thank
see
you.
that. Now, Anthony LaPaglia was on the show yesterday, and he made $800 off the deal because he bet.
$800?
Yeah, he bet that you would win, and you did. So he lost, but he won money. Now,
I bet on James Gandolfini $10 and lost.
Oh, but then you.
He bet on me and won $800.
$800 because it was a bunch of different people.
Yeah, I never make money on this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's a shame you won the Emmy instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could have walked home
Yeah.
with a nice fat check.
Now, did you, in the back of the, I mean, did you prepare just in case? Did you have anything to say? Did you think you'd win?
No, I think the idea of going and actually being involved in a contest was more than I could bear. I mean, I just couldn't face that. So I think I just put it out of my head, and I just looked at it as a work night. You know, that I was going to go publicize a show, present something, which, as it was, kept me in Pepto-Bismol most of the night. I mean, I was nervous enough as it was.
Yeah.
And so I think I just didn't want to think about the fact that there was a contest going on. And I think I live enough in a vacuum. I don't, and I was sort of unfamiliar with it enough that I was able to keep that going. Right up until the camera showed up in the aisle, and they said, okay, and now we're announcing, you know, the best actor in a dramatic series. Literally right up until then. I mean, yeah, I had presented earlier in the evening, and I finished presenting. I said, well, the evening's over. Great, I can go back, relax, I can leave in a bit, and it'll be fine. And then the camera showed up in the aisle, and they said, and they started to list the nominees. And even then, I sort of looked over and, you know, figured, okay, that's enough of that. And then they said my name, and I realized in that moment that I was going to have to come up with something to say. And that was really when I was in trouble.
I loved what you said. I think I was backstage because I was presenting shortly after that.
I ran into you.
Yeah, I saw you backstage, and I loved. We have a clip of it because you.
Oh.
We should set this up by saying you really did not know what you were going to say.
Yeah, no, I really didn't. I mean, I had, I didn't. I had this sort of, all these names. As I'm walking up on the stage, I took an enormous amount of time getting up there, and part of that was the sick feeling, but then the other part of it was that I'm also slow, but then lastly, it was because I just had this sort of list of names in my head, and they seemed to be first names and last names, and none of them would mate up with one another, and I just thought, I've got to think of something, and not even to, you know, a greater audience of people watching, but just that, you know, you're looking at all these people who are sitting out there waiting, and they're all professionals.
Yeah.
You know, your audience are all professionals who are waiting for you to die. Really. I mean, that would be the ideal, is if you walked up there and had a coronary and died. That would be like... Thank you. And
well, that's
failing that,
Yeah.
I came up with something else
And
to
I
say.
loved it. I thought that it was one of the best
good.
things. I thought it was planned. I loved that this just came to the top of your head. This is at the Emmys when you walked.
Oh my goodness. You were right. I should have written something down. I just have a continuous loop of confusing names in my head, and none of the first match the last. You've all made wonderful choices in shoes and dresses tonight, and you all look absolutely beautiful.
Well, that was good. I loved it. So you were just stalling.
I was stalling. And I think it was also my father. I think my father, you know, was just... He was often confused and dazed when faced with groups of people. And I think he always felt if you can appeal to women in some way, they'll take pity on you. And if you can make them feel, you know, good, they'll make you feel good. And I think it just happened naturally that that's what I went to, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter how you got there. You did get. I thought it was charming. I loved it.
Thank you.
Now, the last time you were here, I mentioned about the pillowcase, and it went for charity. It went like crazy.
It was crazy, wasn't it?
Well, we found it. It was really on eBay. Somebody was trying to sell a pillowcase with your face on it, and so we
Yes.
thought, well, let's do our own and make money for charity. And it was on for $29. The woman was trying to sell it initially.
Right.
Then it went for thousands or whatever. So we thought this time, you seem to be a big seller. And so this time what we got...
I don't think I can compete with the tennis racket, though.
No, you can. It's a
Oh,
spice
look
rack.
at that, yes.
I'll put it this way. It's a really good spice rack, and your face is on every...
No, that will compete.
Yeah. Now, that will, right?
Look,
All of them.
crushed mint.
Yeah, fresh mint. Now, perhaps, because then we put my sheets on also, and,
Yes.
and I don't want to split it up. What we'll also include in this are pictures of me as well, so that
Perfect.
then you can put them, and you say, you know, perhaps Ellen will be
Savory.
savory, right?
Okay.
Or I can't read these right
I'd
now.
like to still continue to be table-style black pepper,
All right.
but
Well, you make that request, and
you're
we'll...
perfectly welcome to be poppy seed.
Okay, poppy seed, and so you can change it up. You can alternate. So
That
this
is fantastic.
It's a great spice rack, and you can have the Ellen and James spices, and it's going to be on the website, and it's all the money's going to go to charity.
Oh, that's
And,
great. I love that.
So
You get out your cell phones.
yeah, right away. It's on the website. Do it. All right, we have to go to commercial. We'll come back and see
Okay.
what we're selling already. So we're back to James Spader. So, yeah, and you really are terrific on the show, I was saying.
Thank you.
And now, are you fully adjusted? I don't know why everybody's... Are you adjusted to LA life? And because I feel like you've always been adjusted to LA life.
No. Well, in some ways I am. I mean, I have found a way to live here that I grew up back east and lived for many years in New York City and became very accustomed to walking. And I love that, and I do it here. I'm generally alone on the street because no one else seems to walk
Yeah.
in Los Angeles. So unless you're crazy or something terribly wrong has happened, you've either, wrapped your car around a tree and have to walk home, or you're me. And I also am not very keen on the sun, so I wear a hat always every day to keep the sun off, and I generally wear a jacket most days to carry a bunch of stuff. I carry a lot of stuff with me, so I wear a jacket. So
What kind of stuff?
wallets. It became a habit because I used to be a smoker, and when you're a smoker, you have a whole battery of things that you have to carry with you, cigarettes and a lighter and so
Ashtray.
on. Yeah, but then also, mints. I mean, if you're going to actually have a conversation or kiss somebody else, you then have mints or gum or this and that, so I would carry all this junk with me, so I got in the habit of wearing a jacket. So walking around Los Angeles, it's like me and the Hasidic Jews walking around. That's what I look like with my hat and my thing. But anyway, So in Los Angeles, if you are a walker, you're alone on the street a lot of the time. And so I've adjusted.
Yeah. But what I heard that you did like to walk. I didn't know about carrying stuff, and I didn't understand that, but I knew you liked to walk.
I have to carry it in my hands.
Well, now you don't, because what I've gotten you is a lovely Ellen man purse.
Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Look at that. Yeah.
See,
Look how
now,
nice.
you are so generous.
Yeah.
And
Okay. So we got this email from Jane Lawner, and I'm going to go ahead and give her a call right now and see if, hopefully she's home. See if she's going to convince me to go to this casino thing, because, oh, no. Hold on. Can't possibly be right. It's different dialing on television than it is at home. I'm serious. I've said it before, but it's different. I don't dial this slow at home. All right. We have Heidi's number. I'm going to call Heidi. Heidi was the one who, her mom calls her fat. Hold on. 212. All right. I think everybody at home got that too, so we can all...
I'm not available to take your call right now, but please leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for calling.
It's her mother in the background. Heidi? Heidi, did it beep? Heidi, it's Ellen DeGeneres. It didn't beep? I didn't hear a beep either. This is not going well. I'm going to call right back because I couldn't hear the beep. Didn't it sound like her mother in the background going, hang it up? Hang it up, Fatso.
Hi, you've reached Heidi Berger. I'm not available to take your call right now, but please leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for calling.
Hey, Heidi, it's Ellen DeGeneres calling, and I was calling to find out about the offer you had about showing real estate with you in New York. So if you can, give me a call back. I don't know what the number is, though, so just look it up. It's the Ellen DeGeneres Show. And listen, my mother used to sell real estate, so I'm really good at it. So if I help you sell, I want 5%. I want to negotiate. And also, is it apartments or houses? And can you get me a good deal? And how much would like Diane Sawyer's place cost? Is that high? All right. And hey, tell your mom to back off if she's if she's listening. All right. I also would love a nice view. I don't want anything that doesn't have. Well, what am I talking about? I'm helping you to show things. Oh. Probably her mother said, don't let people talk forever. All right. I'm going to call Jane again. Did someone else try Jane's number and find that I did something wrong? No. What could be wrong? This is the woman that's pregnant, right? They need to get their phone fixed. That means she's on the internet? Is that what when it's busy like that? Well, all right. She should get call waiting. Do what? What? Change the last number, make a random call? I'm changing one number, so maybe it's her neighbor.
I'm sorry, the number you have reached is not in service at this time. No further information is available.
Well, that is a new recording. It was a different woman before. All right. We're not going to, I give up. We're going to, but we have Debbie Reynolds coming when we come back. So that's worth it. Our next guest is a true Hollywood legend who starred in such films as Singing in the Rain and the unsinkable Molly Brown. Please welcome to the show, always entertaining Debbie Reynolds. Entrance we've ever had.
Oh, no.
Yes, you win right now.
I'll do it again.
No, and that was in my ear. I was listening to her sing in my ear. That was fantastic.
No, well, when I sing with you, well, you were singing very well.
No, I was not. I knew some of the words. I didn't know all of them.
Oh, well, want me to do it again?
Yes.
This is Ethel Merman. There's no business like show business. No.
That's a good one. Did she scream that way in everything?
Well, she took deep breaths, and she had big. There's no. You can hit the high notes. You see, they kind of lift when you.
Right.
Air is good for everything, they say.
Right. Some of that might not make it to air, but
That's right.
But now,
Humor is everything.
Humor is everything.
Humor is everything.
Yes, it is. So you saw the monologue. I know you've been married a couple times.
Yes, they had no humor.
They didn't have humor. No.
They had no humor, that's why I got rid of them, and I've never taken out a billboard.
No. What do you think about that?
I would just say not wanted.
Yeah, really, you'd take out that billboard?
Yeah, for a husband? Oh, yes, no.
Yeah.
I've done that 3 times. No, it's very tiring. It's very expensive. Well, the tiring part I probably would enjoy again, but... Just kidding. Carrie's... If you're watching, Carrie, I'm sorry, dear.
Now you were actually when you were there were contracts now when you were signed to an entire contract and they'd set you up on dates, right?
MGM Studios, all the studios, Paramount, Warner Brothers, we were all under contract, young kids, and at certain studios they'd have, Tab Hunter, Rock Hudson, all really handsome, gorgeous boys, and at MGM they had a little older group. Robert Taylor and Spencer Tracy, and Katharine Hepburn wouldn't let me date them. I don't know why. So they would line us up with young, very talented, gorgeous young men. We didn't even have to know them, but we'd go and we could dance like... See, we didn't have a television show of our own where we could dance. So whenever we had to go out. 17, 18, 19.
And did you ever fall in love with any of these guys, or was it just really about being seen together?
No, just fun, humor, And most of them were gay anyway because they dance.
Now, your first, I'm interested in this because they weren't all gay, because Gene Kelly was not gay, right?
No, Gene Kelly.
And that was your first kiss?
Yes, it was. Yes.
And so, was that was that on camera?
Well, yes, it was. We were making Singing in the Rain, and then they had the tag shot, which means the end. And we were supposed to kiss, which was fine, Now, I was just 17, so I really, honestly, in those days, you just didn't kiss, you didn't do any of that stuff, honestly. You just didn't do that. I realize you're much too young to know that you didn't do that, but we didn't do that, and so when Mr. Kelly embraced me and kissed me, it was just such a surprise because I just didn't know that, we shared tongues, you see. I didn't know that. Well, mine was in my mouth, but you see. Well, I didn't ask him to, he just, and so there it was. And, it was very upsetting, so and it was just awful because I've never felt, oh my goodness. I don't eat liver or anything like that. So I asked for a Coca-Cola, and they stopped shooting, and I had to leave the set because it was just so frightening. I didn't know what that was. And so then they explained it to me in French. So they said that he promised he wouldn't do that again, that he would just kiss me.
Well, it looks like in those movies, no one ever did that. The kisses in those movies don't ever look like they are kissing that way.
Well, we are just kissing,
Right.
Just mouth to mouth. Just it's not for artificial insemination. It's not.
What are you talking about? What?
It's not for some. It's just lip to lip.
All right, we have to take a break, but when we come back, you and I are going to sing and dance together.
Discuss artificial. Oh,
and
good.
Discuss it. Yeah, that. We'll be right back right after this. That's Debbie Reynolds, the legendary, and that was a clip from Halloweentown High. Is that right?
Yeah, Halloweentown High.
Yes.
It's been on TV. I don't know why they named it High because it could mean many things, but anyway, it's called Halloween High.
Right. And what else are you doing now? I know you're still always performing.
I'm at the Orleans in Las Vegas, Thanksgiving, and I go to New Year's Eve. I'm going to Riverside Resorts in Laughlin, and I'm going to Myrtle Beach. I'm tired already. Should I go?
No, you never run out of energy.
No, I never do.
That'll be fun. And
fun.
For Halloween, are you performing at all on Halloween or no?
No, Halloween I'm going to be here with my granddaughter and Carrie. Princess Leia's going out with me. I'm going to dress as Princess Leia.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's adorable. All right, So when you're performing in these shows, you're singing. You're not lip syncing. When somebody goes to see you at Orleans, you're singing.
No, there's been a lot about that lately.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't do that in the movies. You sang
No.
in the movies.
Well, 50 years ago we did. I know you weren't around then. We did Singing in the Rain. Let me show you. I can show you because I started lip syncing.
I would love to. Yes.
You could just
All right.
relax. Now this is very easy.
Okay.
We'll do Singing in the Rain. You know that song.
Sure, I
It's
do.
very easy.
Yes.
I'll sing and you don't have to do anything. We'll just put the
Okay.
hands behind the back.
Okay.
Yeah. Really high. Oh,
Yes.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feel, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds, so dark up above. I'm singing, just singing in the rain.
Excellent. I did it. Halloweentown High airs on the Disney Channel this Saturday. One more thing right after this. I want to thank James Spader, Debbie Reynolds, and Stone Phillips for dropping by. Tomorrow's our Halloween special. Oh, and one more thing. Here are the spotlight dancers of the day, straight from the Riff Raff Room. This is the first time we've ever picked them out of the Riff Raff Room. Ace Smith from Sunnyvale, California, and Amelia Ray from Berkeley, California. Take it away.